Hello, everyone. It is Thursday, December the 20th. Folks, this is almost an emergency program. An emergency. President Trump has finally put his foot down on the wall. Now, guys, this is one of those times when we have got to stand up. Are you willing to stand up for your country? Are you? Are you willing to? I don't want you to just listen to me and just kind of like get my opinion or my ideas or the information I can give just so you know something. If that's all you are, you're not helping the country. You've got to do something. And listen, there's two things you can do. No, two things I need you to do to save this country. Number one, money has come in. Thank you, those that have sent. But not even 1% of the people that listen. Not 1%. And that just, not to mention the fact that we can't do anything because we don't have any money. That's bad enough. But it's also bad when I think, why am I doing this? What is it people expect of me? If you knew how hard it was to do what I do every day, you may not know what it is, and I'm not going to tell you, but it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it takes time and calls and phone calls and meetings on the phone. I mean, it's just constant. But I need your support, please. Now with that, the other thing, this one, you've got to do. You must do it. Sometime tomorrow, or in the next couple of days, if they call for an extension of the session through Christmas, we have got to make the Republicans, I mean all of the Republicans, join Trump on this wall. We got to. And then if we're successful and it gets passed through the House, then folks, we're going to have to put the muscle big time on the Republicans in the Senate. And they're awfully arrogant. So what does it mean? What have you got to do? Let me tell you, simple terms. Your congressman, the ones in your district, the one in your district, has two officers. One in Washington and one in the state where you're from. You must call both. Do you hear me? Both. We have got to light the phones up. They have got to feel not just the pressure. They've got to hear our solemn, you hear me? Our solemn commitment. And you're going to make it. If you're half the American patriot that I think all of you are, you will make this solid commitment. And if you're out there and you've been in the military, I call you back to your oath you took in the military. I call you back to it right now. You will protect and serve against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And guys, when you got out, I didn't think anybody, they didn't me, maybe they did you, but I doubt it. Nobody came to you and said, okay, now we're officially taking you out of your oath. It didn't happen. You're under oath, just like you were then. Here's what you got to do. You got to call your congressman now. This is coming out tonight. I wish it could come out today because time is of the essence. You got to call your congressman. I would call your local office first and get them to give you a number to call for the Washington office. Now, if you call Washington, you're going to go through the Capitol switchboard. Well, here's what happens there. When they start getting so many calls that it irritates them, or they don't want to hear from us, they'll shut the switchboard down. So go to your local office first, then to the Washington office and get the number from your local office. You got it? What do you say? I don't want you to say much. You don't need to say much. You need to say, hello, my name is, and I would appreciate it for this, that you tell them who you are. And simply say this, hello, my name is Larry Nichols. And I want you to know that I want you to support President Trump and the wall. And know this, please, if you do not, I will do everything in my power, with my family, with all of my friends, to see that you never hold office ever again. This is very important to me, and it's very important to the safety of our nation. Do it. Do it now. Hang up. You got it? Real simple. That's all you want to say. Don't get into dialogue with them. Don't try to ad-lib. Don't. What I want you to do is I want you to call, and I want you to say that. And we're going to put the script on the webpage. That's the script. Mary Ellen, did you get that down? Or will you have it down?
Yes, I typed it, and it's going up in about an hour.
All right. The script will be on the website. Do you hear me? It'll be on the website. Take it off there and read it exactly. You got it? Exactly. Do not ad-lib. Do not say something else. Not at this time. I'm not going to restrict you from talking to your congressman anytime, saying whatever you want to say. But for this mission, just say this and hang up. Can you do that? Can you at least do that for your country? For the future of your children, for your grandchildren? Can you at least do that? Know this, if that wall does not get passed in the House before they leave, before January the 3rd, technically it's the 28th, but January the 3rd will be the day. If it does not get passed before then in the House, it will never be done, period. Period. It will not be done. Come January, as I've tried to tell you, the whole world's going to come down on impeaching Trump. It's not going to matter about a wall. It's not going to matter about Syria. It's not going to matter about which world's flat or not. It's not. Be impeaching President Trump. We saw, by the way, with this Judge Sullivan, who is handling the General Flynn case, I had hopes from some of the things he had done in prior things that maybe he was an honest, fair judge, just fair-minded. Well, folks, between what he did in the hearing for sentencing with Flynn and what he did after that on the illegal immigration thing of Trump's, shutting it down, there's no doubt in my mind that that judge is a part of what I and others call the black robe mob, which means he's a part of the deep state, which means he's a part of the progressives. That won't, he may not be a progressive as such, don't get me wrong, he may not know, he may say, oh, I've never been to a progressive meeting, progressive council meeting, may not have ever been. He may not even know it exists. But his commitment to the deep state and their agenda is that participation with the progressive council. You're doing it. He's doing their work for him. Calling him ain't going to do any good. And it's too late to do anything about the fact that, no, he's not a fair-minded judge. I wondered how that could be, I'll be honest, in the very beginning when, in New York judge or wherever he's at, the part of the country he's at just didn't sit well with somebody being honest and fair. Well, he's at least playing the role now that he should play if he's a part of the Black Robe mob. There's one other thing that you might add to the script. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to get out of Syria. I know that region well. And one thing I can assure you, we can stay in Syria for another 50 years. The day we leave will be exactly like today. When we leave, most probably, it's going to turn into just a mess. It is. The only difference between 50 years from now and now, or in our case, 10 years ago from now, is the number of American lives that have been lost and the amount of money we have paid. We don't have the money, and I don't believe it's worth one American life. Get out. So if you want to add to your script when you get through saying what you've said, you might say this, and get out of Syria now. And hang up. Will it work? Will it work? Well, I don't know. I mean, I could tell you, sure it would. But we've got a lot of congressmen now who have lost. Republican congressmen, by the way, we're calling Republicans. A lot of Republicans have lost. And by the way, it wouldn't hurt in this instant to call your Democratic congressmen. I know they're liberal. I know they don't care about anything. But you see, the one thing we're playing on is their weakness. Our strength is their weakness. Their weakness is the only thing they truly care about is their job. So it would not hurt if every one of you, when you call your Republican congressman, call your Democrat. Let them hear the same words out of your mouth. If they hear it enough times, they will pay attention. They will, I promise you. The only hesitancy I have of guaranteeing you that this will work with the Republicans in the House is how many have been defeated in this last election and how many have been sent home or going home. They have nothing to do with the next election coming, so they're going to be a little bit more independent. I need to explain one more thing. Why? Why are the Lindsey Grahams and all of these senators and congressmen that are just flipping a wig over him getting out of Syria? Why is that? Let me explain. There are three major lobby organizations in this country that make the biggest contribution to our government of all. One, pharmaceutical. Others, finance. And the other is the war industry, military-industrial complex. Remember, Eisenhower warned us, you can never let the military complex get in control, because if you do, you'll be in trouble. Well, we're in trouble. They are in control. Why does Lindsey Graham care if we pull out of Syria? Do you really think he cares if Russia comes in and takes over, or they fight in Syria? What you're going to do anyway? You think he really cares about that? No, he does not. Do you really think that he thinks if we leave Syria that ISIS is going to build up there again? Well, I got news for you folks. ISIS will build wherever it wants to. Wherever we're not, they're going to build, so it's kind of like catching raindrops. They're doing what they do now. What President Trump proved to ISIS. If you pick on us, we'll make you pay. That's what he means when he says victory. We ran them out of the major caliphate that they had, that they supposedly could never be run out of. We did. And I assure you, I assure every one of you, if ever a day comes when there is a pack of ISIS training in Syria, or anything gets real tilted, we can go in there with jets and bombs and never set foot on the ground. But remember, All these people in Washington screaming, you can't get out of Syria, you can't get out of Syria. That's for personal gain, not for the country, the welfare of the country. The longer we stay in the Middle East and all these countries, the more obvious it becomes that we are their enemy. If you leave them alone, they'll fight with each other, and when they're fighting with each other, they'll think about us second. As long as we're there, we're it. We're number one enemy. Do you get it? Why does the military-industrial complex care whether we're out of Syria? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they know if it works, we might pull out some other places. And if you're in the business of making bullets and bombs and missiles and rockets and stuff, you know what? If we ain't got wars going on to use up what we got, then there ain't no sense in them building any new ones. Money. Money. Follow the money. I would not be surprised today if the stock market was taking a dip, which it was last time I looked, pretty serious dip. I wouldn't be surprised today if you broke it down. Probably some of the loss in the stock market is people realizing just what I told you, that the military-industrial complex, if we get out all these places, we get Syria as a trend, and we start getting out and pulling out, those military-industrial complex stocks are going to go down. It's about money. This is an emergency call that I'm making to you. You have to get engaged today and tomorrow. Will you do it? Will you call them at least once? I know I'm infringing on you a little bit, but do it at least once. For those of you that will do it more than one time, then we will get the ability to use a thing called force multiplication. If you call them once, wait a couple of 3 hours, call them back, you know what happens? Your voice becomes 2. Yep. They're getting so many calls, they're taking so much, and if everybody's saying the same words, they'll not know it's you over and over again, not in the beginning. As a matter of fact, if enough of you call and say the same thing, which I hope you're going to do, it won't be long until they'll probably start hanging up on you after your first words, because they'll know what you're going to say. But they will count it as a call. Don't send them an email. Don't send them a letter. You get on the phone with them and say just what I said and nothing more. Hang up. With that, I'm going to ask you again. You're tired of hearing me ask. I'm more than tired of asking you. My God, folks, it's Christmas time. This is the season that we forget. It's about the birth of Christ. That's what we celebrate today. It's Christmas. But if you look around, how many businesses can't say Merry Christmas to you? How many buildings that used to proudly show all these Christmas scenes in the courthouse lawn or in the courthouse and stuff, how many of them don't anymore because they can't? That's us losing our religion, our faith as a nation. Help us. Help me. I'm trying with all I have, and it ain't enough. So if you're out there today, please tonight, go to PayPal at Nichols at AOL.com. No, I'm sorry, Nichols Live at AOL.com. And send some help now, please. There's enough of you that are going to hear this. If every one of you sent $5, we'd have enough to make it for many days and get a lot of things done that we're not able to do right now. Can you do that? Today, can you make a commitment to make a phone call to your congressman, both at his local office and his Washington office, and maybe be so serious about it that you will make a number of calls, say maybe 5 over a period of 2 days? But it may go down tomorrow, so if it goes down tomorrow, you're going to have to make 2 or 3 tomorrow minimum. Can you do that? And can you please Just once, prove to me you're there. Let me know that all of you that hear this program, or whatever you call it, that all of you that hear it are with us. Go to PayPal and send $5, $10, $20, whatever you can. Please. Nichols Live at AOL.com. You can go to NicholsLive.com and you'll get to the website, correct, Mary Ellen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when you get there, if you want to send something in the mail, it takes longer, but if you do, the address and everything is there. And there's also something else there. Anyway, go there and you'll see the different ways to help. But if you send it in the mail, remember to send cash. Don't send a check. Folks, we're getting near the end of this game. As I told you, we're not at a Hail Mary yet for the country. We are at a Hail Mary as to whether or not there are enough of you out there that are going to be willing at the time when it comes to do what I'm asking you to do today. Another time. That's a Hail Mary, because I haven't seen the numbers that we need to see. But as far as saving the country, we are on the 1 yard line. There's 2 seconds left in the game. We got one play. We score, we win the game. If we don't lose, that's where we're at. So if there's ever been a time where you might want to help, maybe not even want to help, but where you sense you've got to help or try, this is the day, please, please. And it's the 2 things I've asked. Make the phone calls. Make the phone calls and send as much help as you can. Will you? Now, I will say this to everybody listening. If there's somebody else out there in the country that has a plan to try to save this country or work with Trump to save Trump from impeachment and all of that, if there's anybody out there that has a plan that you believe in more than what I'm going to ask everybody to do, you're getting a sample of it today. If there's anybody out there that you'd rather support than support them, just support someone. It's not about me, it's about you. What are you going to do for this country? What have you done for this country? Hearing everything, knowing as much as you can know, that's not doing, that's hearing. I've got to see what you are willing to do. Your country needs to see what you are willing to do. With that, I'm out of here. Good day.